Hi, my name is Michael. I'm a 54-year-old musician living in New York City with decreasing debt, increasing wealth, and an eye toward financial freedom. This is Midlife Money Moves, where I'm documenting the process of turning my finances around in time for retirement. All right. It's been really... Those of you who've been watching, hello, welcome. Welcome if you're new too. Click subscribe, like, all that stuff. Yeah. So I didn't do a video last week. The week before, was it the week before or maybe the week before that? I was like gung-ho making a lot of videos. And I wanted to include my YNAB budgeting every time I changed something, but that was just too overwhelming. It's summertime. My main income is as a piano teacher, and there's a lot. Like, I'm doing a lot of whamming is what you call it in YNAB language. YNAB is you need a budget. It's the budgeting software I use. Going too deep in a rabbit hole here. And in my mind, after starting to use You Need a Budget, to me, budgeting is the act of assigning actual money. So in the summer, July and August, my income decreases a lot. So there's a lot of like paying myself small amounts when some money comes in, and money is constantly changed. So I got too overwhelmed. I think that's what happened last week. A couple things happened last week. So I didn't wind up making a video at all last week. And I'm not even going to revisit any of that because another change has happened. And I've been talking for a while about filing bankruptcy and having to wait till September. Well, my attorney and I decided not to wait till September for various reasons and filed it on Thursday, which is very exciting and stressful, and it feels like a relief, and also like, oh God, what's going to happen? Is it going to be like everything, like a lot of question marks. I started a Bankruptcy Chronicles series and ended after the first one again because there's so many details happening that it's very hard with the bankruptcy. It's a combination of a lot of details and a lot of time passing between the details. So I think I originally decided to file in April, was it? April, May, maybe May. I know I paid my attorney in June. So now we're in August. So it's been a long, like, researching, conversations, how's this going to work, gathering the funds because it's expensive to hire a bankruptcy attorney. So anyway, that's going to be in another video. What I want to do today is just kind of share that information and just do a quick overview of July, just to talk about what has happened so far. I don't know what I'm going to promise in terms of videos for the next month, because this is going to be another month of like kind of scrappiness, which is actually what I should be sharing. But it's really hard. It's really hard to figure out how to share that in a way that's not like a million 5-minute videos. Because like, I'm in YNAB every day. That's been a routine for me, and it will continue to be a routine for me. But it's a lot of like, this thing is coming up. I need to put this money there and prepare for this other money. I got to, like, there's a lot of things are happening. And everything's fine. Everything's paid. I overspent last month, as you'll see. I'm not going to go over the whole last week of the month because what I really want to do is get this video done. Then I have to take a shower, go teach. Then I'm going to come back and please let me do a bankruptcy video. I don't know who I'm asking. Summer's tough. I have a lot of free time, which makes it hard for my ADHD brain to like do things like I do. It's a lot easier for me to take action when I have to hurry and do it. It's very hard for me to get into motion when I have time to do it later, because later always seems like the better option. And then later never comes. So all of that said, let's talk about July. This is great. This is a great content strategy. I'm going to make videos probably, I guess. I don't know what they'll be about or when you'll see them, but yeah, please subscribe. All right, so let's just talk about July. This is just my end of year, end of month, kind of like a month by month overview. Sometimes I show these other sheets that are a weekly overview. So let me just run through July really quick. Let's see how much different this is. And we just added Leila from Personal Finance with Leila. She's my finance coach. Tag in one of these corners. One day I'm going to memorize which corner to point to for that. And so we added gross here. The thing that's tricky about all of this is that I have a whole separate financial world for my business. And this kind of combines the two of them, and it feels a little confusing. So I haven't put any gross numbers in here yet. My net, this is basically what I paid myself from my business account, was $2,776.03, which, as you can see, is much lower than I've been able to pay myself in previous months. And that was expected. You'll see some preparations I did for this. This is my credit score from the Experian app. It was all the way back in March when I stopped paying any of my debts that I knew would be discharged in bankruptcy. It was either March or April. And then you start seeing that reflected here as my credit score decreases. It actually went up. Well, this was what it was on the last day of July, 5/14. And I always get this from the app, the Experian app, just so I know it varies in all these different places. But the thing that's really interesting is my Credit Karma score, which I know is not the most accurate, went up yesterday. I looked at it and it had gone up like 174 points because however they figured things out, the bankruptcy showed up and it just zeroed out all of my accounts, which is what is going to happen assuming everything goes well with bankruptcy. But I guess they just do it early. So it was really interesting to see the bankruptcy show up and my score go way up. I can't trust any of that probably until November because it's going to be still a few months of this process. And the dust settling. All right. Anyway, so that's credit score. I'll talk about that more in a bankruptcy specific video. All right. So my internet last month, $95.55. This is all pretty typical. Rent. You can see here my rent. I usually pay $22.40 for my rent. My rent is really $1,900, so I pay an extra $340 so that in the summer I just pay $200 a month. And that's in anticipation for my low income. My landlord is a friend, so this is just our arrangement. Now that I'm getting better at handling money, I may not do that anymore. I'll probably do it another year at least, assuming she doesn't mind. AT&T, that's my phone bill. Disney Plus, I don't pay anymore. Con Ed, that's my electricity. It's gone up $204.02. Subway goes down because I don't travel as much during the summer, $83.30. That's down quite a bit. These credit cards are in the bankruptcy, so I'm not paying anything on them. This New York State, I paid $100. That was the last payment from my previous debt. Once bankruptcy is cleared, I'm going to go back to paying that back because I owe for 2023. This tax thing, I have a video about my tax issues. That's part of what caused all this. Well, what caused all this is me. But one of my big problems is the tax issues. I've just realized I have not turned off notifications. Okay, so IRS, 0 for now. Lending Club, 0 for now. These are all things that are going to be much different after the debt is done. I had to pay $50.56 for Mount Sinai, for a clinic I go to, for my mental health stuff. My doctor is there, all that stuff. Everything else here, I'm not paying anymore. I moved a couple things to my business account. See what I mean? There are some things that it's just very... yeah. Okay. So I went to the barber, $87.92. Clothing. I think I bought a belt. Yeah. Okay. Some of this is so mundane. Grocery spending is getting so much better. $662.65. This is for medication, $17.84. Personal spending, $34.75. I'm going to put some zeros in here. I don't know if I like the look of these empty boxes. What did I just do? Personal spending, personal care is zero, $11.95. I bought treats for my cat. That cat food I buy from is expensive, but it lasts a long time. I think I bought it right at the end of May. It's a really big bag of cat food. Okay, trips, zero. That's going to be different this month, but that's another conversation. Boyfriend time. These are the two things that I got really carried away with. But honestly, when you look at it, it's not that bad. It's like $100 extra. Extra time, extra hangout with boyfriend time, and also overwhelm. And I talked a lot about this, both in therapy and with Leila. I get in this space. I think part of me was just thinking like, oh, just do whatever you want. September, things pick back up. Bankruptcy will be happening. Don't worry about it. Go do what you want. That's not how it works. That's part of why we're in this problem. That's fine. No shame. Identifying that pattern and choosing to address it and look at it differently. These are the things. I bought a card for a friend for her birthday, $9.35. Oh, yeah. I put $199.33 in my emergency fund. This summer Serenity, I put $409.40 in there. We'll see what happens with that. It's for this summer. And it is this summer, so that money is getting used. Amount paid toward debt, $100, just to this New York State that I needed to finish up. Just a side note, the only taxes that are going to be discharged in the bankruptcy are taxes that are older than 3 years. So that's why I continued paying this, because I'm going to have to pay it anyway. And I didn't want them, whatever. I don't know why I chose to do that. I think I knew it had needed to be paid, so I just kept going. The rest of the stuff I zeroed out. I haven't been making any of these payments. Oh, here it is. I stopped making these in April. And then my last IRS payment for back taxes was in April. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is debt. This is what my debt is. This is so much. So tax. Do I need to say these numbers? There are a lot of numbers here. $53,842.50. Probably half of that is going to be discharged. New York State, this is what I owe from, I feel like this is a little, no, this is right. $3,058.06 will not be discharged. Lending Club, this was a personal loan, $8,866. I was trying to consolidate things, and it was going okay. I had old credit cards that I paid off by getting this loan. It was just postponing the inevitable, honestly. But I think I needed to go through that process of really trying to make some headway on all of this to really realize no, it's okay. You don't have to. All right. So this is a SBA loan I got during COVID. This will be discharged $10,747.83. The Citibank card, Discover, all of these credit cards are going to be discharged. I'm in a really interesting space with all of this. This wasn't the plan. I wasn't planning on doing this. I wasn't planning on filing bankruptcy. In fact, I really tried not to. I don't feel ashamed of it, but I don't feel real proud of it either. You know what I mean? But that's where we're at. So this is going to be a big chunk of money that gets discharged. And I'll be left with probably around $25,000 left, which is huge. Well, you'll see. I'm 55 years old. Not much for retirement. Wait a second. Oh, this is money I sent to, let me say this number out loud. $89,961.01 is what my debt is in what it was at the end of July. Okay. So, emergency fund. I did put this $199.30 in there. Summer Serenity. this number, oh, I know what happened. I took money out and then I put that $400 that I mentioned earlier. But I included the money out as income, like overarching income, and then took it out of, it makes sense in my mind. And then these two things, I didn't put anything to my IRA or to this cash emergency fund, which I'll probably start building up in September again. All right, so here's what I have in these savings and investments. Emergency fund is at $503.31. I sure don't want to touch that before the end of the summer. That's like my little tiny goal I have. Vacation fund. This is this like high yield savings account I have with Amex. I'm kind of waiting to see if they leave these accounts open because I do have cards with them that are going to be in the bankruptcy. And then I have this little small business savings account, which I'll start putting money into again when the dust settles in a month or so. Summer Serenity has $424.06 and $0 in my cash emergency fund. My SEP IRA is down from here. It's like more like $3,500 right now. You might know the stock market has been going down. That's how that works. And we don't do anything except what we're already doing. All that money's in mutual funds. Everything's fine. But it is down from here right now. All right. So total savings and investments, $4,554.74. Okay. What do we got here? Oh boy, I got to get this done because I have to get in the shower. All right. So personal checking had $122.12. Business checking had $58.86. And by had, I mean the last day of July. Emergency fund, $503.31. Vacation fund, we talked about all these. Summer Serenity, yep. This is all done. Here's SEP IRA. So my total assets, this is all my total assets, including my checking accounts, which are not up there. $4,735.72, which sounds kind of nice until you look at this liabilities list. Which is, as we mentioned, $87,140.01. So that leaves my net worth at negative $82,404.29. You'll see here that it was going, like this. I mean, this shows you the problem. January, okay, all right. Okay, went up a little, but I'm still, no, it was going up. What was happening? Oh, this is as things were, okay. So this is as things were starting to, me letting go and letting whomever. It was right. It was April when I think it really hit. See this big jump? That's when, after all this year of, really working hard to try to make some headway in my debt, it just wasn't enough. And I owed the IRS for 2023 because I just wasn't getting caught up fast enough. So it went back up. Like it was back up to $81,000. And that's when I was like, okay, I give up. I think give up, or I stopped fighting bankruptcy. This is for the other video. I think there was some ego involved. Look, I'm still talking about it. There was some ego involved. There's a big stigma about filing bankruptcy. And I really didn't want to do it. I wanted to I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this work. So I am going to make this work. And I filed bankruptcy because I really am freaking out about retirement. And I can't save any money, significant amount of money toward retirement until this debt is handled. And it's either do it now, do the bankruptcy now and try to get ahead, or not get ahead, work all these years to pay off this debt, still find myself disabled or in some other way unable to work when I'm older. And then I still have to take from other people. I still have to rely on other people, which is what bankruptcy feels like. I don't want to be in that position. It's going to happen because I can't clean this up by myself. So that's where we're at. Anyway, I got to get in the shower and get ready to go teach and make that money. So thanks for watching. Be on the lookout for some more videos this week. But don't look too hard because I don't know where I'm at. Everything feels very scattered and like, where's this going to land? And it's really hard to talk about. But I do want to keep documenting. So I'll do my best to get a couple more videos up this week. All right. Thanks for watching this and have a great week. Okay, bye.